This episode is brought to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. Learn more at slashandcast.net.
Hello, you. Yes, you. The one I'm looking at right now. You like scary movies? Well, if you do, you're in the right place. You've joined the Dead in Santa Carla podcast with Bryan and Andy. Shouldn't that be undead in Santa Carla? Well, Bryan and Andy are just a couple lost boys, aren't they? Or they will be when I'm through. Enjoy the show while you can.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dead in Santa Carla, part of the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. I'm Bryan.
And I am Andy. Hello, Bryan, my friend.
How are you?
My co-host, friend, confidant.
Yeah.
Not lover. That almost said love.
Laughing through that one.
No, not there's anything wrong with that, but no, we're not intimately involved that way.
Well, yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Anyway, hi, I'm Andy. Bryan.
Hey, buddy.
This is episode 115, right?
115.
That's a lot. That's
a
lot of episodes.
That's awesome. That's awesome is what it is.
Yes. And it's also a new month.
It is a new month. We're kicking off Revenge of the Remake month.
Yes. This is gonna be...
Oh my God. We got some good ones. We got some not so good ones.
Honestly, mostly good ones.
Mostly good. Yeah. One incredibly horrible one.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that one next week.
Yeah.
The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. The original bad Nightmare on Elm Street.
Man.
I'm doing good, man. I got my first vaccine yesterday.
Yeah, you did. You badass.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking awesome.
Feel good too.
I was just going to say, how you feeling
good
today?
Yeah, I was curious how I'd feel today because we're recording this a little earlier in the day than we normally do, and I feel good.
We had a blast with March. It was busy. It was super busy. We did 7 episodes in March.
Yeah.
Now we're kicking off April. Revenge of the Remake. We've got a really eclectic schedule. We got some slashers. We got some vampires. We got some fucking zombies.
It's a good mix.
It is. It's a good mix.
And a haunted ghost story.
Yeah, exactly. So we did. We threw a little bit of everything in there. It worked out really well.
Yeah, I like our choices that we went with for Revenge of the
Very
Remake.
good choices.
I do. We thought about throwing Friday in here, but we talked about a Friday movie the last 2 months with Jason X with D in February, and then part 6, obviously, in March.
And and our Patreon exclusive. Also, we talked some more Friday for our patrons. Did. And if you're not a member of the Patreon, definitely want to hit that up. Check out the link tree in our description and click that little bad boy, and then head over to our Patreon where you can join for $2 or $5. The $5 tier gets you a bonus episode every month where Andy and I talk about something kind of random. It's usually not something that we do on our regular episodes. So try to give you a little bit of a variety for our Patreon members. So
and that whole vault of if you do sign up for the tier, the $5 tier, which is David's Chinese takeout. If you sign up for that, you not only have access to that month's Patreon exclusive, you get access to the entire vault of our Patreon exclusive. So that's like, what shit, man? Like 4 or 5 episodes.
5 episodes now. 5 episodes. Yeah.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Growing, baby. Growing.
Yeah.
So I might watch Godzilla versus Kong later. I'm going to try and set the screen up. And
might.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to watch it.
Wait, you haven't seen it yet?
I haven't watched Godzilla versus Kong yet. No.
It's fucking awesome.
Everybody's saying it is. Yeah, everybody said it's badass.
Yeah, I watched it the night it dropped. It's fucking good.
Well, I want to set it up. The wife had a good idea to set up we have a projector.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
We want to watch outside on the big screen with a campfire going and everything, and big popcorn and nachos.
Big tub of popcorn and maybe a beer too. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's gonna.
Do you drink beer much?
Yeah,
you do, right? Do you always have beers in your fridge?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you. What kind of beer do you have in your fridge?
It varies right now. Right now I've just got Bud Light, but
bitch. There's nothing wrong with basic bitch Bud Light.
No, nothing at all.
On a nice summer day, I'll take anything.
Yeah, I like Guinness also.
Ooh, look at you.
So that's what I had that's what I drank all night when I was when I went and seen First Jason. Guinness, and then polished it off with a shot of Jaeger.
Perfect.
With Ari Lehman, which was awesome. So that was a blast. If you guys haven't listened to the Ari Lehman interview, go back and definitely want to listen to or watch the Ari Lehman interviews. We had a blast talking to him. He's a cool guy.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. I always have beer in my fridge. But you got me addicted to White Claw. That shit's good.
Here's the thing: people make fun of people for drinking White Claw, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot lighter than beer. Sometimes I just don't feel like down in 6 beers because it's so heavy. Especially the kind I like. Like I like IPAs, but man, after like 3 or 4 of them, they get a little hefty.
Oh yeah,
you can feel it. The White Claws get the job done as far as buzz goes, and they're kind of refreshing, dare I say?
They are,
and they're light on the belly.
They are.
They're light on the belly.
They're fucking tasty. I mean,
they are.
Go ahead. Just try to make fun.
I make fun of us. I don't care.
I invite you to make fun of me for drinking fucking White Claw.
I beg you.
So, well, other than wanting to set up the projector and watch some Godzilla versus Kong later, that's all I got. And then maybe jump on and maybe play some. I might play some Hunt Showdown a little later. I think I'm going to try and hit up our good friend Enola. From Slay Away podcast. She plays that game a lot, so I might jump on the bayou with her and try and kill some monsters.
That's awesome. I might have to get that game. I've heard I know you like it.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite game. It's probably my favorite game right now. Yeah,
wow,
I love it. I absolutely. It's very sweaty.
It's
very sweaty, and I'm not good, so I die a lot. But what do you got going on later?
I'm just gonna relax, man. I'm just gonna relax, chillax, and like I don't feel like pretty much. I figured I'd be a little bit more tired today. I was last night. I felt flushed last night. Like my face was a little red. I guess that's the only side effects I think I really ever had. And like my shoulder, like didn't feel anything yesterday really, but last night and this morning it's a little tender, but that's fine. It's nothing. Okay. Yeah, it's very mild.
Good.
But last night I did feel kind of hot, but I could also because the weather in Nevada is starting to turn.
You guys are starting to get warm. Yeah.
90 today and 90
Holy
tomorrow.
Shit. It's already 90. It just hit April.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, welcome to the desert, motherfuckers.
Yeah. God dang. Let's thank all of you guys for all the amazing continued support you guys have been providing us. It's been a blast. We love doing this, and we love the fact that you guys have been tuning in and listening.
Yes.
I mentioned it earlier. If you want to support the show, we are basically a listener-supported podcast.
We
head over our Patreon. Join a tier. Head over to our TeePublic. Buy a shirt. I'm working on a new design actually right now. That'll hopefully be up within the next couple of days.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And TeePublic always has sales too. Our shirts are always nice and cheap, like $13-$14.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And if a t-shirt ain't your jive, get yourself a new COVID mask.
Yes. And if you are listening on Apple Podcast and you are enjoying the show, leave us a 5-star review. I'd say this a lot, but it's true. It helps the show a lot. It does help the show get out there to other listeners like yourselves that might enjoy our content. And so, yeah, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, definitely leave us a 5-star review. It's very much appreciated and really goes a long way.
Absolutely, it does. All right, let's kick off this remake month, man.
Revenge of the Remake. Let's go.
Let's go. Enjoy this discussion, everybody, of Dawn of the Dead.
Hey, Vivian.
Anna, look, I can go backwards.
Let me see. Hey, that's amazing. Hey.
Hey, you. Vivian? Honey, are you okay?
Officials have declared a state of emergency.
Everybody they kill gets up and kills.
Residents are advised to find a safe place and stay there.
I've just been informed that we are going off the air and switching to the emergency broadcasting system.
Look up the road, there's a lot more of them. Why are they coming here?
Maybe they're coming for us.
Sooner or later, they're gonna get in here.
Our baby's here before.
It's only a matter of time.
It's coming.
They'll find a way in.
Oh, God.
All right, buddy. We're talking about 2004's Dawn of the Dead.
Yes,
directed by Zack Snyder.
His directorial debut.
Yeah, before this, he was doing like music videos, right?
Yeah, commercials
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a good movie. This movie's fun. You know, dude. Real quick, I am ashamed of myself that I don't watch this movie anymore. This movie's fucking good, bro.
This movie is really good. This is dare I say, quite possibly the best horror remake in the past ever.
Yeah,
almost.
No, don't dare say it. It's in the conversation.
I think it is. I think it's probably the best horror movie remake.
It's probably one of my favorites. I think what they do well here is they do a really, really good job with paying homage to the OG, which is a classic, you know.
Lots of cool stuff in there. Lots of Easter eggs in this movie.
Lots of Easter eggs. And that tells me, you know, when you ever see Easter eggs like that, that means there's a fan of the material that's doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, it's Zack Snyder here. Yeah, they do a really good job of that stuff, but also making it feel fresh and on its own a little bit. Like this, not only does this stand as a really damn good horror remake, it stands alone as just a damn good zombie movie.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it does. You nailed it. It's a good combination of an homage and its own thing.
Yeah,
it's from top to bottom. It's really done. It's done really well from top to bottom in a technical aspect. I mean, you get great performances too.
Absolutely,
because this movie's chock full of really, really good acting. I kind of agree with you. I should probably watch this more often. Yeah, I just picked up a Blu-ray of it. Yesterday, I think.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember the last time I watched this, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, same here.
It's all I always go. Yeah, I like the Dawn of the Dead remake. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than I remembered.
It is. I agree. I saw it in theaters when it came out. I went to go see it.
I did too.
Yeah, I went opening weekend. I didn't realize this movie did that well on the opening weekend. It wasn't when I remember going, and it wasn't packed when I went, but to see how well it did was really nice. Do you got some scores for us already?
Yeah, I do. We're not alone here. Rotten Tomatoes critics, 75% from the critics.
Wow. I like that.
That is That is high. That's a high critic score for any horror movie, especially for a horror remake, dude. 77% on the audience. So the audience are with us too. They dig it. And then IMDb is no exception as well. It's coming in strong with a 7.3 out of 10. That's
good, man. That's good.
Anything over 7 on IMDb for any horror movie is strong.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And this movie did some really cool shit to market it. They showed like the first 10 minutes of this movie on national television.
Yes, I remember.
I think it was 5 days before the movie came out.
Yep.
They showed the first 10 minutes. So that cold open, basically.
Great cold open.
And it is. Oh, it's such a good cold open. It really sets the tone for the rest of the movie. It really does. And it doesn't, I don't feel like this movie hits a lull.
No.
It's paced really well.
This movie's biggest strength, and you nailed it, the cold open sets up the tone for the film, because this movie has one tone, really, and it's chaos.
Yeah.
And it's
bleak.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to execute a chaos style of tone movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's done really. Props to Zack Snyder. He this is his directorial debut, and he does a hell of a job in this movie, man. He really did. He really, really does. And then, not to mention, it was written by James Gunn, who at the time got a lot of fucking hate mail.
Dude,
because
he got death threats.
Yeah, because they were like, this hack that wrote Scooby-Doo's doing Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, relax, people.
That Scooby-Doo scripts are better than the movie.
Probably. Yeah.
They were darker. They were. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. And not to mention James Gunn's talented as fuck. I mean, I love the Guardian of the Galaxies. This movie is in your face, fast-paced chaos from start to finish.
Yeah, it is.
There's no lull, like you said.
No, not at all.
And it really, really works. And they executed it to the fullest. We're going with that tone and that kind of pace. And it's fucking awesome. It is. It helps. It works to its benefit. There's no doubt in my mind.
No, yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, and this one, it was kind of ballsy at the time. When you really think about it, it's kind of ballsy to remake this one.
Yes.
Because, they'd already remade the original Night of the Living Dead. Tom Savini did that. And he did a great job with that, too.
He did.
But to pick, because at the time, this was still just a trilogy. George hadn't done Survival of the Dead yet, and I think Survival. It came out shortly after this, though.
Yeah, probably.
But this one is the original Dawn of the Dead is probably the best out of the three.
Yeah, I agree. It's a classic. I mean, it is.
Right.
So is hell. I think all three of them are classics.
They're all three great movies.
Yeah.
I enjoy Dawn of the Dead more out of all the other three, though.
I agree. Well, that one was groundbreaking and that's what they do well in this one too. The original Dawn of the Dead from 1978 was kind of groundbreaking a little bit of how far you could go with gore effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That put Savini on the map.
Absolutely. It definitely springboarded his career, no doubt. The makeup effects are very extensive in this, dude.
Good.
They're so good. Dude, they had a crew of like 50 makeup artists on this movie, dude.
Oh, that's big. I didn't know that.
And did over 3,000 fucking zombies in this movie, all done with real makeup crew and makeup effects.
That's wild.
I mean, it's great, man. I only noticed like once or twice some CGI. I'm sure it's sprinkled throughout, but it's very subtle if there is any. I'm not even positive. I think there was one scene, I think when someone got their head blown off. Are you
talking about the Andy scene?
Yes.
That's actually practical.
Is it? It looks
it's practical
so
with a little clean. They did do a little CGI to enhance the effect.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a practical effect. That was a practical head that they did. Yeah,
because I know that they were very steadfast on going practical in this, because that's what made the original such. I mean, that's what I don't want to say that's what made the original a classic, but that's kind of like its stigma. It
is. You're 100%. Yeah. I mean, the shit they did on the original was just unreal at the time.
Oh God, you hadn't really ever seen anything like it.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they went really extensive with the makeup in this. A lot of the makeup effects artists looked at photos of real cadavers, and stuff like that to kind of base it off that. All types of shit like that. So me, man, that's ambitious. I like because, dude. a movie like this for makeup effects, it's not easy because it's just a lot. The volume's so high. There's been other movies we've talked about that where it's impressive because maybe like it's not that the makeup effects are difficult themselves. Not that it's easy to do. It's really, it's not. And not anyone can do this, can paint zombies essentially. Right. But the volume of amount of I think it was in the Army of Darkness talk, I think is when I brought that up, was just how many, just the volume of the special effects and the makeup effects. It's just large. So huge. A big task. It's a big task to take on,
especially with only a $26 million budget.
Yeah.
You say only, that's a lot of money, but this budget got slashed.
Yeah. Universal
of fucking House of the Dead.
Yeah. Universal, man, which is, no one sets out to make a bad movie, but that is a bad movie.
That's a really bad movie. I walked out on that movie. I didn't even finish it.
I could be wrong. I want to say that has like a 2.7 on IMDb or something.
It can't possibly be higher than 3. There's so just bad. No way.
It's bad.
I walked out. I think I was 20 minutes in and I got up and I walked out of the theater. I asked for a refund.
Yeah, it's a shame. You walked out, huh?
I did. I genuinely did. It was me and the girl I was with at the time. We both looked at each other and I said, let's get the hell out of here. And then we went and got refunds and we went and saw Kill Bill instead.
I like it. I like it. That's a good choice there. I must say too, another thing I like about this movie. I like the really good cast in this, and I like the characters.
Great characters. Yeah, I was just getting ready to touch on that. We get what I love about the characters in this is that it's a realistic representation of what you're gonna get in this situation.
Yeah,
because the person who kind of takes, Jake Weber, it plays Michael.
Yeah,
he kind of becomes the reluctant leader of this group. He's a fucking TV salesman at Best Buy,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's like that's who's gonna be in charge, of a zombie apocalypse, because you're not gonna necessarily be so lucky to just happen to have generals around and shit like that or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's this ragtag group of survivors that banded together, and some of them are fucking assholes. Played wonderfully by
Michael Kelly.
Actors. Yeah.
Michael Kelly from who plays CJ in this, the security guard. Michael Kelly is a damn good actor. He was excellent on House of Cards. Excellent, super.
Yeah, I've heard that was a really good show. You watched all of that, didn't you?
I stopped when all that space.
Oh yeah, I can understand. I can absolutely understand.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I just kind of wish they would go through and re-edit it and have him get shoved in front of the fucking
yeah, I know. And one of our main protagonists in this, Kenneth.
Ty Burrell, baby.
Yeah. Who's that? Ty Burrell? Yeah, he's funny.
He's fantastic. He's great.
But Ving Rhames, dude.
Oh god, he's so good.
One of my
his character's name is a direct homage to Ken Foree.
Yeah, for sure.
He was actually the role was written for Ving Rhames, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I very much enjoy Ving Rhames, always have, and he has one of the, we got to talk a little bit about him in People Under the Stairs. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. I think
he's one of the most underrated.
He is.
I mean,
he's no doubt in my mind.
Pretty fantastic.
He's great. I'd love to see him get more opportunities for certain roles. Because I think he has a range. I don't think I know he's not just badass character.
Yeah, the big buff guy.
Yeah. He's
got range. Yeah,
he's more than that. I've seen a couple performances for him when you saw a little bit of that, some emotional, sad range. God, he's fucking good. And he provided me with one of the most memorable moments I've ever seen at the Golden Globes when he won the Golden Globe for his performance as Don King in that Mike Tyson movie.
Yeah.
Only in America, I believe.
Yep.
And he called Jack Lemmon up on stage, who was also nominated that year, I think, for 12 Angry Men, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And Ving gave his award to Jack, his Golden Globe.
That's right. Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
One of the sweetest damn things I've ever seen in an award show. Because I guess basically where Ving was coming from was, if it wasn't for Jack Lemmon, the way I look at it, if it wasn't for Jack Lemmon, I wouldn't be standing up here right now.
That's really cool.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Talk about paying it forward, bro. So
that's pretty awesome.
I loved Ving Rhames before that, and that just made me an even bigger Ving Rhames supporter.
Yeah.
Not only the talented actor he is, but just what a sweet man he appears to be. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good, and he's great in this.
He is, dude. He's fucking awesome in this. Are you kidding?
Let's go ahead and start going through this bad boy, man.
Yeah, for sure. But real quick, Mekhi Phifer's in this too.
Yeah, he is. Yes, dude, he is.
I used to dig on Mekhi Phifer. Not that I don't anymore. Just I haven't really seen him pop.
He hasn't really done a whole lot lately.
Yeah, I think he's been doing a lot of TV stuff. He's a working actor, so good for him, though. I hope he's still making a living and doing and happy and everything. Because I always thought he was pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good actor. All right, let's start going through this bad boy. We start off at a hospital. Sarah Pauli's character, Anna Clark, she's pretty much our main protagonist in this movie.
Sure. Yes.
She's been working like fucking forever, and this dick doctor won't listen to her.
Nope.
But she basically it just starts with her ending her shift at the hospital. She clearly works in like the emergency room, and she's heading home, and she gets home to meet her husband. Who he's a small role in the movie, and it's because he gets eaten by a zombie the next day. It starts right into it, man. We get basically she comes home. They have a little lovey-dovey time.
Yeah, they have a nice little date night. They have a nice little date night.
It's cute. You can tell they're both really sweet people. They really care for each other.
Yeah. Little shower love.
Yeah,
making.
A little shower loving. Yeah. It's good stuff. And
some really cool shots too. I wanted to point
really
that out.
Good shots. Yeah.
They're even. The lot of cool shots in this movie, but there's even like a cool shot when they're in the shower where it pulls away and it's kind of blurry because of the shower door and stuff. Really good shot. Yeah.
Well, the next morning, he wakes up to the neighbor girl standing in their doorway, and he sees that she's injured. Well, he's being a nice guy. He jumps up to tend to her and then he yells at his wife to call an ambulance. And of course, right when he looks back, he gets bit in the neck by this mean ass little girl. What was this girl's name? I want to say Lydia or Vivian. Is it Vivian? Vivian. It's Vivian.
Yeah.
I believe that's the little girl that plays the neighbor, and she's missing like part of her face, like over her mouth. Man, it looks
good.
It looks really good. Yes,
dude, the makeup effects in this are great.
Awesome. Well, she bites the shit out of him. And of course he ends up falling dead. But he wakes up very quickly and starts chasing after his wife. Sarah Pauli gets away. And that's basically the beginning of the movie. It's pretty much right from the fucking start. They put the foot is on the gas and we are going.
Yep.
And it shows this is really the important sequence. Is she gets into the car and she's driving away. And this is where you see the absolute utter chaos that is going on in this small little it's like a suburb of Milwaukee is where this takes place, and it is a shit show. There's fucking explosions going off. I mean, we get it's so bad even the helicopter from 1978 is still flying and making an appearance in this movie.
I know. Awesome. So many awesome Easter eggs.
Great homages. Yes,
I think that's why I really like this movie too. Is I mean, I could be wrong, but my interpretation, if this shit were to go down, if the zombie apocalypse that we've all watched and thought about for years actually went down, I think it would be like this. Mm-hmm. I know it would. It
would be rough.
Because, dude, what are you gonna do? Like, because you're not gonna at first. Because I think a lot of people are gonna get infected at first because, like, your neighbor Joe comes carting out, your first instinct isn't to like beat him to death or shoot him.
It's like, hey, Joe,
to help him and console him. Next thing you know, you're infected, and then blah, 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 blah. It's just a domino effect. Yeah.
I think it's a pretty accurate representation of what it could be like. I mean, of course, also he did forget to shoot the scene where everybody was buying fucking six fucking things of toilet paper, but because that would happen too. We know we've already lived through that shit once. But yeah, we get a lot of really cool homages. That scene where the truck gets hit and hits the gas tank and it explodes? That's a direct reference to Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
I thought was really cool.
Very cool. Do you know George Romero he had his reservations about this, but after he saw it, he actually really enjoyed this movie.
Oh, that's good to know. Actually, I was actually kind of curious as to what he thought of that. It's good to know that he liked it.
What I read.
She's haul-assing out of this little town. We're seeing all sorts of horrible fucking shit happen. Her husband, who is chasing her in the car, beelines to some poor neighbor that's standing out there and chases her down. That's kind of funny to watch. Because he's chasing after the car, and all of a sudden he sees this neighbor standing in the yard. And he just like dips right towards this neighbor.
It's chaos, bro. It's the best way to describe this movie. And this cold open, and it's a long cold open.
It is. It is.
And I love these long cold opens like these in movies because it's almost like Tom McLaughlin said in our interview. It's almost like a mini movie in the beginning. Yeah, you know that's kind of what these are, and I love it. It's just like, oh, it's so fun.
It is. Yeah, this one's really good. She finally she has a bit of an accident because some jackass fucking rips her door open and starts hollering at her. And
I know, dude, chaos, bro.
Yeah, chaos, man. Well, she dips the fuck out.
I'll be like, bitch, let me in.
Yeah.
Let me in the car, please.
Yeah. Well, she does have an accident. She's knocked unconscious, and then we get the opening credits to a dope ass Johnny Cash tune. Love the music in this.
Yeah, the music in this is wild too, and I guess Zack Snyder these are all Snyder choices.
Yeah, I think he picked most of the music, and they didn't want either one of these two songs in it. This one or the Richard Cheese remake of Down with the Sickness,
dude,
which is fucking beautiful.
What in the fuck? It's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but the Down with the Sickness. We'll get to it, but the Down with the Sickness montage.
Oh, I love that montage. I love it, dude. I love it because it's still. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But when she wakes up, she has a shotgun pointed at her face. And Ving Rhames is standing there, and I love it. He says, "Say something." That's all he says. And she just says, "Please." And of course, he doesn't shoot her because she speaks, so he knows that she's not a. Well, they don't really call them zombies, but that's what we're going to call them. We're fucking zombies.
Yeah, they are zombies.
So she reluctantly they start just walking together. You know, they don't officially like band up or anything. He just starts walking away, and she just kind of starts following him because he's a big ass cop with a shotgun.
Dude, I said, if I'm in this situation, if there's one motherfucker on this planet I would want by my side is Ving fucking Rhames, bro.
Damn right.
You fucking kidding me? I'd be fucking handcuffing my ass to him.
I would. If a zombie apocalypse did take over, I would definitely be calling Marcellus Wallace, 100%.
I would feel a little bit better, maybe even a lot better, having Ving Rhames by my side.
A little bit, no doubt. Yeah. No doubt. Well, they do quickly run into another group. Led by Jake Weber, who plays Michael. Mekhi Phifer plays Andre.
Yes.
And his wife's name is, I can't remember. But she's pregnant. Luda. Yes. Ina Korokina is her name. She's really pretty.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. You did that well.
Thank you. I probably fucked it up, but
that's way better than Matthew Lillard.
Thank you. But she plays Luda, and she's pregnant. She's like big and pregnant too. She's like ready to deliver any second now. And the three of them have basically they've been all over looking for the safe spots.
Yes.
And they inform them that there's like the church is not safe anymore, and that the place he's trying to get to Fort Pastor, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
That's where Ving Rhames wants to go, and he plays Kenneth. Because his brother is at Fort Pastor, so he's trying to get back to his family. But they said that the way there is not safe at all. So they just they're like, well, we're going to the mall. It's like, because
honestly,
we had a sale at Sam Goody, and it was a buy 3 get 2.
I like this plan of going to
It's a good plan. It's a good plan.
You can secure it, and even if they break through, you could probably secure a certain area.
You could definitely block off stuff and isolate,
and not
the zombies to like one spot or whatever.
And not to mention, you're flooded with resources, whether that's food, drink, weapons,
lingerie,
as
we see in the montage.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So they do. They form together. They get into the mall. They get in. The sequence when they finally get into the mall is great. We get that zombie that's walking one way and then he turns and we see that he's missing his whole arm.
Yes,
I love that. That was actually a real amputee survivor.
Yeah,
and
because they used
really cool.
In certain parts in the original, they used actual amputee people to man.
And they do that twice in this movie too.
Yeah, they do.
So they do get in though. They have to fight off several zombies in order for that to happen, but they do get into the mall. And bit by bit, they check the mall to make sure everything's all right. We do get a couple of attacks. Michael gets attacked in the sporting goods store and takes out a zombie with a croquet mallet.
Yeah. As soon as he picked that thing up, I'm like, bro, man, you get something better than that croquet mallet, bro.
He set down a crowbar for that.
Yes.
I don't know if I would have done that.
No, you see how thin the handle was in that?
Yeah. I mean, it broke and he had to use it as a shank.
Yeah, man. So,
cool effects though, because the kill was awesome. Like he stabbed him up through the underneath the what is the jaw through the top of the head. That was really badass looking.
Yeah, shout out to the lead makeup effects designer on this. His name is David Leroy Anderson, 2-time Oscar winner, like 4-time nominee. Not surprised, man. I mean, the makeup effects in this are fun. He used to work on Rick Baker's crew.
Okay. Yeah, well, he had.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
learned from one of the best.
Yeah, he won for Nutty Professor, which he shared. He and Rick Baker both won the Oscar. They shared the Oscar. There was
very cool.
A team essentially. And then he won for Men in Black, which he also shared with Rick Baker. And then he was nominated for Cinderella Man. So he's a three-time Oscar nominee, 2-time winner. Yes,
good stuff.
Leroy Anderson.
Yeah, good stuff. The other attack comes when they're all at the fountain, and that's when Kenneth gets kind of hurt. He gets shoved into the fountain, and they take care of that zombie temporarily. They come back and finish him off later. Well, but CJ's security guard crew.
Yes,
when they encounter these guys, it's pretty interesting because CJ is kind of the leader of this group of security guards that have holed up in the mall.
Yeah, I love Michael Kelly. I said that all.
Yeah, he's really good. Michael Kelly's really good in this role.
Great actor. He is one of those, but he's just one of those really good character working actors, and he really got that really extensive, large supporting part in House of Cards, and he ran with it. He was excellent.
Yeah. Well, CJ, Bart, and Terry are the three security guards that they run into. CJ's kind of the leader of these guys.
He's a dick too.
Yeah, he's a dick. Yeah, he's an absolute dick. Bart is Michael Berry plays that character. And Terry is played by Kevin Zegers. He's kind of the nice one. He's the nice one out of the group.
He is.
Bart is like fucking. He's dumb. A jackass.
The fucking idiot.
There's something like because Terry says something to him. He's talking about this girl at the marshmallow stand or whatever.
Yeah, he was supposed to. He's mad because he was supposed to have a date with her. I definitely would have got some. And he's like, dude, your fucking mother, your family, and everyone else died. They're dead. And you're worried about that?
Yeah, and then he just lays over. He says, "Yeah, well, that sucks too." That's all he says. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, jackass?
Cloud.
So they, but in order for them to stay in the mall, they have to surrender their weapons to these three clowns.
Yes, I know.
Well, they do, and they get a good night's rest, and they do get to get up. And they get cleaned up. They get changes of clothes and everything like that. And that's when they go onto the roof. They decide to well, before their night of rest, they decide to like put help SOS signs and stuff like that all on the roof of the mall to try and attract attention of any planes or helicopters that might be out and about.
Right.
Well, the next day they're up on the roof checking out. They see this fucking van just driving through and going crazy around the mall parking lot, like doing donuts and taking out zombies and shit.
It's awesome, man.
It's pretty badass. I love it.
Like I said, I'm going to say it a million times, but this is chaos, dude. It's chaos. I love it.
Just a little bit.
And it's uncontrolled chaos, which I like.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It doesn't feel like they're holding back from the chaotic sequences in this movie. Like they just wanted to just make it very chaotic because it would be. I think it would be, because here's the thing, because you don't really truly know what's happening. Right. I've seen a bunch of zombie movies. I'd be able to figure it out real fast. This shit's really going down, Brian. This shit's going down, man.
Which zombies would we be talking about, though? Would we be talking about these ones, or would we be talking about the Return of the Living Dead zombies that don't die no matter what?
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Hopefully, we'd be facing like these ones in this. They're kind of fast.
They are kind of fast.
I'm hopeful for us that I'm hopeful the zombie apocalypse never happens, period. But if it does,
I'm preparing.
Dude, I've been preparing my whole life for that moment, motherfucker. Let me tell you,
I've been training my whole life for this.
Absolutely, man. I've been doing my homework. I know what's up. But if we do get the zombie apocalypse someday, I hope it's the slow, fucking traditional, slow ass zombies.
Yeah, because the Romero zombies is what.
Yeah, give me the Romero zombies. I don't want these zombies or the World War Z zombie. Fuck, man, we're really fucked if it's the World War.
Oh, they all climb on each other and use each other as fucking ladders and shit.
No, bro. No, I hope it's the slow, dumb motherfuckers. Then we got a shot. Because if it's the slow, dumb motherfuckers, I'm gonna be king, dude. I'm gonna be fucking shit up on a daily basis, bro. And I already know my weapon. Let me ask you this: what's your weapon of choice in the zombie apocalypse?
My weapon of choice? Oh man, that's so tough because
mine's easy.
If you only have one, man, that's really tough because at first gut instinct, I would want to say like a high power rifle.
Sure,
but what happens if they get close?
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's harder to wield a rifle when they're up close like that.
I've never really fired guns in my life. Not that I'm against it, I just never have. You've been in military, so you're experienced, so I can see that. For me, actually no. Is it guns? You think?
I guess I would take a rifle. Yeah,
I'd hand you the rifle. I wouldn't want it. Well, maybe during certain days you can teach me how to use it and I can get better.
100%.
Even before Negan from Walking Dead, my weapon of choice would be a aluminum baseball or softball bat. Yes, 100%. And drill like little spikes around it. I thought of this even before Negan. I'm like, see, Negan knows.
Negan knows what's up.
Exactly. Because one, I'm experienced with it. I feel comfortable with it. I played baseball all growing up. I feel comfortable. It feels comfortable in my hands. I have a quick swing. I can do damage. Yeah, absolutely. Baseball.
There you go. Yeah.
A spike.
And that's the thing. You got to pick something that you're comfortable with.
Yes. I would do. You can use it as like a defense too, to like, put them like the hoard them off, I guess, block them off, It's got multiple uses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'd be going around bashing heads like fucking Jose Canseco, man.
I like it. Oh man. All right. Well, the van is just causing all sorts of chaos in the parking lot.
Chaos, you say?
Yeah, chaos. This is where the survivors they overpower the security guards, get their weapons from them.
Yeah. And
the good security guard, the one that was nice, he helps do this because he's like, these guys are going crazy. He can see it. He's not stupid.
Yeah, CJ's kind of losing it a little bit.
Yeah, CJ's losing it a little bit.
And Bart's just the dummy.
Bart's just stupid. He's fucking stupid. His character's an idiot in this movie. I'm sure Michael Berry's a fantastic guy. He did a great job playing a moron.
Not the actor, movie. It's the character. Bart,
definitely not Michael Berry, but Bart's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, the character's a moron. Yeah.
They decide that they want to rescue these people that are in this van because they're they're good people. They want to help.
Yeah.
So they do help these guys get in. The driver, I believe, is Norma, is the one that's driving this van. And she's kind of awesome.
She's kind of badass.
Yeah,
right?
She's kind of badass, man. She backs that fucking van into the loading dock and everything. And
she does. They go,
it's fucking awesome.
Why is she backing it in, and then or something like that?
Yeah, they're like, what is going on? What is she doing? They end up. Well, there's 6 extra people in the back of this van.
Yeah.
And they get everybody in, and they start handing out waters and shit like that. And there's this really big gal in a fucking wheelbarrow.
Yeah,
that just looks awful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is the dick in me. I'd have just looked at that and been like, yeah, I'm refusing that load.
Well, I mean, like they can tell
it's pretty evident.
She's infected. I mean, like her skin's starting to turn, her veins are like getting that dark color. She looks sick.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like she's clearly getting ready to die. And but there's also there's some other people in this back of this van. This is where I believe we get Ty Burrell. He plays Steve Marcus. We get Kim Poirier. She plays Monica, super pretty girl. I want to say we get Matt Frewer as Frank. We get obviously Jane Eastwood plays Norma. There's a lot. Lindy Booth plays Nicole. I could go on. There's several other survivors in there.
I can't remember the one gentleman's name who I believe was who had the daughter.
That was me, Frank. That was Matt Frewer.
He's just one of those working actors that the thing I remember him mostly from when I was a kid. He was the neighbor's dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay. I haven't seen that in so long.
You remember the friend, or he was like the friend's neighbor's dad. That they were trying to convince him that
he played Max Headroom.
Okay, yes,
from MTV. I think it was an MTV thing. Yes. Max Headroom.
Yes, he's cool. I always liked him anyway. He's always been funny. He's the type of actor I guarantee that guy has done a lot of stage work.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Well, there's a like I said, big old group of survivors show up. Most of them are all really cool. And then you have Ty Burrell's Steve Marcus, kind of a rich, snooty dick.
He's funny.
He's really funny. He's really funny.
Ty Burrell's really funny himself. I mean,
he's great.
Yeah, I mean, he was, hit show Modern Family.
Mm-hmm. He's so good in that. He's so good.
He really is. He really is.
I really like his character in that a lot. We got a lot of people that just showed up.
I tell you, man, that you really look at it. Even though, I mean, this was Zack Snyder's directorial debut, but you really look around. James Gunn wrote it. Zack Snyder directed it. He had a 2-time Oscar winner leading the makeup production crew, who was the main, and then you look at this cast. This movie is fucking loaded with.
It's kind of stacked, yeah.
It is.
It really is.
You love to see it, man.
Sarah Polley had done a lot at this time too, because she was a lot of indie stuff. What she had really primarily done.
Like she must have. I think I know she's Canadian. I noticed on her IMDb she hasn't done anything since like 2011, 2012. I think she had a family and just did that thing. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Nope.
Well, some of these survivors are sick, goddammit. And that one in the wheelbarrow definitely
it's not looking good.
Obvious.
She's had better days,
bro. She's had better days, man. She looks really awful. She's got a big ass bite, like a whole fucking chunk of her fucking shoulders missing or some shit. And she's like, I'm colorblind, but I think she's green. I'm pretty sure
you're not too far out. It's almost like a
whole body.
Yeah, it's like a brownish, bluish kind of. Yeah, it's dark. I'll just say that. She
looks like a frog.
Yeah, she's sick.
She's definitely sick as shit, and the makeup on her is fantastic.
Oh god,
she looks horrible.
Yeah,
and she gets literally wheeled in a wheelbarrow, and she's a slightly bigger gal. So they put her on a bed, and Sarah Polley, who is a nurse, Anna, she's tending to this poor dying woman, and she just croaks while she's actually checking on Frank, because Frank unfortunately he has a bite too on his hand, and but he's loose, he's fine, he's with it and everything, and he's alert.
I wish he was in the movie longer because I
do too, because
I like that actor.
I like that actor, and you get to see just a little bit of him, and he's a good dude.
Oh,
like,
God,
he's a really
great.
sweet guy. Because
he trusts them, for God's sakes.
Yeah, he does. And they so after the very sick frog colored woman dies and gets back up.
I love how that shot of her in the background, like rising up.
Oh, that's so good,
because they put like the cloth or
there was like
over.
a blanket over. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I love. Yeah,
she just sits right up and attacks. She
looks
Anna.
Good too.
She looks really good as a zombie. I love what they do to the eyes. I love the eyes on these zombies.
Yes. See,
we get a really good shot of some zombie eyes in a very disturbing scene later.
Yeah, I love a lot of the choices they made with the designs of these zombies. While they do look like really good classic zombies, there's a little bit of originality there too.
Yeah.
And you just nailed it with the eye. The eyes look super cool, dude.
Yeah, they look really
like
awesome.
I said earlier, they based this off real photos of dead people, essentially. Decaying bodies and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, she gets taken out by Anna via something through the eye and head. Can't remember what it was. But that's when Anna realizes that she puts the two together, that it's the bites, that if you get bitten by one of these guys, you'll turn, because she remembers what happened with her husband.
Okay. That is maybe one complaint I have with this movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, no. It's not that I have a complaint, but the way that they're talking about it and she's figuring it out, it's almost like zombie movies don't exist in this universe.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, acknowledge it.
Why not?
Little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit.
I can see where you're coming from.
It's so essentially, like, I guess where this movie resides in, a zombie movie's never been made. I mean,
not one of them. Yeah. No.
They're like, oh my God, I think it's the bite. And they're infected. Well, yeah. Haven't you seen the
original one?
Haven't you seen the original? Tom Savini, George Romero. Hello.
Yeah, come on now.
No,
Real quick, I want to.
I guess a little bit of self-awareness there would have been cool.
It would have been kind of nice, yeah.
But you know me, I like that kind of meta shit a little bit.
Yeah, but I can understand that actually.
Just a slight acknowledgement of like, fuck,
these are zombies.
Yes,
yeah.
That's it.
Let's real quick. We've had some homages that have happened that I want to touch on. We saw Ken Foree at this point.
Yes, we get it.
And he's fantastic in his little cameo. He delivers the "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk."
So cool, right?
Yeah, really good shit. Because he says it in the original one too.
Yeah, exactly.
What his dad, I think his dad was a preacher, and he said it, if memory serves me correctly. We also got our Scott Reiniger cameo. He played the general on the news.
Love it.
And I love that cameo. And we got our Tom Savini cameo. And this is probably the funniest one. Yeah, he's just saying, shoot him in the head. You got to shoot him in the head, and then you got to burn him.
He's like the county sheriff. I love it.
And he's telling everybody to shoot these guys.
Shoot him in the head and then burn him.
No, he's not saying leave it to the authorities. He's telling you to shoot them in the head.
Shoot these motherfuckers in the head, y'all.
It's too funny. Too funny. Such a good cameo. And Savini's great in it. Savini's a really good actor, actually. People don't appreciate his acting chops. He's a good actor.
Real talk, you're 100% correct. Everything I've ever seen him in, he's been either funny or good.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Tom Savini's a good actor.
Like he's a sex machine, and
fuck yeah, it was awesome in that role.
Come on now.
Hell yeah, man.
Great.
But I wanted to touch on those real quick. Because it's at this point where she realizes that Frank's getting ready to turn. Eventually he's gonna turn into a Zed. So he's like, well, we gotta shoot him. So he makes the decision pretty quickly. And Ken is in agreement, or whatever. He says, well, he's gonna turn, basically he's like, he's gonna turn and he's gonna attack us. When she gets up there, Anna's like, she goes and she warns him, Mike's coming to shoot you.
Yeah, it's you know me, I don't like beating up actors too much, but there is a couple line deliveries from Sarah Polley that I don't know, just the choices seemed awkward and weird.
Okay.
Almost, and it was almost like when she says that line, like, I don't know. Would you really say that in that situation?
I don't think I would say it like. I don't think I would say it like that. Of course, I'm different. I would have been like, kill him.
But I don't like beating up artists, especially actors. And but she literally says it like, she's like, because it's Michael, right? Mike. Yeah. She's like, Michael's coming to shoot you. Like, she says it kind of like, I don't know.
Matter of factly.
Yeah. It's like, you don't say.
Hey, by the way, Mike's going to shoot you.
Yeah.
A snap at a point. Mike's going to shoot you.
No, and for the most part, I like I think Sarah Pauly does a fine job in this, but there was a few lines. Like, there's another one I can't remember.
I think that I agree. I wasn't a fan of the way she said please when Ving Rhames asked her to say something earlier. Yeah. I actually wasn't a fan of that either. I didn't like the way she said please.
There was another line or two where to me it didn't really seem like acting. It looked like someone that memorized lines and just said them. Mm-hmm. But that's, again, acting's hard. Hard.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Yeah,
it's hard. But other than that, she's more.
90% of the time, she's fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah. Just little couple things.
That's your choice,
Fincher. David Fincher.
That's funny.
Did you listen to that?
Not yet. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going to.
You've been busy at work, man. Yeah. I know.
Well, but so Michael comes up and he comes up to actually maybe put Frank down, but they do decide ultimately to not do that. They just basically quarantine him away from the crowd. Yeah. And they put him in his own, little area. Yeah. He says goodbye to his daughter.
Yeah, it's very touching.
It's really touching. It's really good.
Yeah,
she's really good. Lindy Booth plays his daughter. She's really good in the scene. They're hugging goodbye and stuff. And Matt Frewer is really good. And it makes me really wish that he was in the movie a little longer.
Yeah,
because
I just like him.
Yeah, I like him too. Because he played in, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, I want to say he played in The Stand, the original one.
He did,
and he was really cool in that too.
You're correct. Yes,
but he basically this is basically their homage to Scott Reininger's death in the original. They just kind of let him pass on, and then when he's gone, Ving Rhames finishes him off, puts him down. So he doesn't. He waits for him to actually come right back, and then he so that way he knows he's fully dead. But yeah, this is what leads into the dope ass montage sequence to Richard Cheese's Down with the Sickness.
What in the dude? Don't get me wrong, I fucking love it, but the fact.
Do you like Richard Cheese?
I mean, I'm not even sure who that is.
Okay, he does nothing but lounge act style covers.
Okay,
he's got a fantastic cover of Baby Got Back. it's beautiful. he really is great. Richard Cheese is fantastic. I've listened to all of his shit.
So this was really funny because it's kind of funny because they're doing this montage and it's kind of going around showing everyone what they're doing, and it kind of sets the mood between Kenneth Ving Rhames' character and his new friend across the way.
Andy.
Andy. And
I love Andy. Justice for fucking Andy, man.
Please.
I kind of wish they would have done a side movie, a little side 20-minute movie about Andy.
Right.
That would have been awesome. That would have been super awesome to just do a 20-minute companion piece to this movie to really flesh out this universe with Andy, because his character is great. We hardly even hear him talk in the movie. It's only because they do get the walkie-talkie to him eventually.
Yes.
But yeah, they're communicating via dry erase boards from one roof to another.
And binoculars.
So and binoculars. And he's a hell of a shot. He owns a weapons store.
Yeah.
And he's got all the weapons and ammunition that you would need to last a few weeks, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, the montage is great. And here's why I like the montage so much. Usually montages are meant to kind of shed like a as a break from the chaotic norm. Yeah. This still it still expands upon that, because it's not super elevating. You see them kind of surviving and just doing their thing, but you still see shit's fucking not right. Shit's not cool at all.
I mean, one of the cuts is to Steve Ty Burrell's character having sex with his woman,
having aggressive sex with Monica, whose name is never said once in the movie. Kim Poirier, really pretty girl. But yeah, she her role was actually expanded a little bit because they wanted her to have a little more screen time.
Sure.
But yeah, it was a really cool little montage. I like it. But there's some cool dinner sequences where we get to know a little bit more about Michael and stuff.
Absolutely. That's a good point. They really make good use of the montage.
They do. Yeah. I really like this a lot. But we haven't mentioned Mekhi Phifer's situation yet. And it's probably the darkest situation in the
I feel for this dude, man.
This was horrible because like we said, his wife Luda was very big and pregnant, and
the character Andre, right? Yeah,
Andre. Andre. He's kind of hold his wife up and just him all by themselves in the baby store, and it's dark, man. Like because she's been bit. She had been bit, and it was a really small little injury, very, very small, like so small nobody noticed it. And we're not even 100% sure even when it happened.
Yeah.
My guess is it actually probably happened at the fountain,
probably,
or it could have even happened before that. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she's finally giving birth, and it's like the power had just gone out and shit. And there's chaos because we got a group that's gone down to the basement area to figure out what's going on. And Norma goes to check on Andre and Luda to see how they're doing. And that's when she walks in, and we had already seen, it shows her giving birth and dying during the delivery. And it's dark, man, because he knows that she's going to come back. It is intense. It is.
And it's hard. It's gut wrenching.
It is. It's really bad because all this guy wanted to do was have a family.
Yeah,
that's literally all he wanted. There was some exposition stuff where he's talking about he just wants to give his child the opportunity that he never had.
Right.
And he wants his child's situation to be better than what his was. And it's painful.
That's why really character development's important, because without that little scene with he and Ving Rhames' character Kenneth in the bathroom earlier, while this scene would still look dark and intense,
it wouldn't have the impact.
No,
because it hits you. It's like a punch in the gut, man.
Yeah, that's why I say all the time, like, it's easy for me to say character development ain't hard, but it ain't that hard to write few little lines of dialogue. Come on.
When you see so many movies just completely squander the opportunity to do that kind of stuff,
but that's kind of my point. It's just the simplest little scene.
Yeah.
Small. It's
what was that? What was that? A 2.5 minute sequence between him and Ving Rhames earlier?
Bingo.
Made all the difference in the world.
Absolutely.
Because this sequence is tough to watch, man. She dies during the delivery, and like he puts a gag on her mouth because he knows she's getting ready to come back, and he's still trying to save his child.
Yeah.
And
the stomach's moving all weird.
Yeah, it's you go
like fucking Xenomorph.
Yeah, you see that and something's not right. Well, Norma walks in at the wrong time because he had just gotten the baby out, and he's standing there, and Norma sees the zombie Luda, and Mekhi Phifer ain't right anymore.
No.
He's pretty much gone.
He's snapped.
Yeah.
And
this whole situation was too much for him.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Norma shoots Luda. Andre shoots Norma. Norma shoots Andre. Andre shoots Norma. Norma shoots Andre. Back and forth. It's rough. He drops dead. She falls down dying. And it's rough, man.
It's a shame because there's two characters in this scene that, didn't have to die, but it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Well, Anik shows up with a group of people to help because they hear the gunshots and screaming and all that shit. And this is when we see the damn zombie baby. Oh, that little fucker is awesome looking.
It is.
The eyes on that thing. Oh my God, how nuts.
Only the eyes a mother could love, bro.
Oh man, it's not cool. It's cool, but it's not cool, man.
Yeah,
and
it looks hella cool, but it ain't cool, bro.
They have to put down this baby, man. Like, and that's rough. Yeah. So they put down the baby, and this is
when they do it too off screen.
They do it off screen. Thank God.
You hear a gunshot. You get a sound effect, and it's off screen.
Yeah. Well, we got. This is where they've basically made the decision that they don't want to just wait around and die.
Yeah.
They've gotten everybody out. They've kind of covered them up and stuff like that. And they're actually thinking like, well, should we say something, you know? And somebody's like, well, I don't even believe in God. One guy says, you know, stuff like that. And that's when Ving Rhames kind of steps up and he's just like, I ain't waiting around to die, you know?
Yeah, I don't blame
so
him either.
This is where they decide that they've got to get out of here. And, I glossed over the basement sequence that happened at the same time as this. Where because they have to break, this is where they finally let CJ and his knuckleheaded buddy out of their little jail cell holding cell thing that they had.
They find a dog too, Chips.
Yeah, they find the dog Chips. Yeah,
he's cute.
Because he's this is where he's in the basement.
Yeah,
and it's like a parking garage, I guess is really what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah, they this is where Bart buys it. The other amputee shows up. Fucking cool as shit, climbing on the little pipe. That thing looked awesome. That was and it was a really good shot too. Because the thing he just climbs into screen, lit really well. I love that shot of that amputee climbing like that.
Agreed.
But while they're down there investigating and serving Bart up to the zombies, this is where they had noticed these the two shuttles that the mall has. They're like big ass buses.
Okay, yeah.
And this is where they're like, Mike says, you know, we could reinforce those, fill them up, and try to drive out of here. And of course, Kenneth, he says, well, we got to pick up Andy because he's part of the group too.
Absolutely.
And so they plan it out. They show, we got a cool sequence of them all reinforcing the buses and doing stuff like that. It's what the fuck is going on? My dog's tail is slapping the shit out of the door. I think somebody's playing with the dog in the hallway.
Oh my God.
But this montage was pretty cool of them grinding everything down. We see a lot of cool stuff in the building, putting barbed wire on top of the buses and stuff like that. I love
it. It's great.
And I gotta say, cool. These fucking buses look rad afterwards.
They look great.
I love them.
The production design of these buses are awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Very Mad Maxy.
Right?
It reminded me of like Mad Max movie.
Right. I thought the same thing, dude.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, no, I agree. That's yeah. I like this movie's kind of. There's just some cool shit like that in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just it's sprinkled throughout. You know what's another thing that's really good about this movie? There's some funny dialogue in it.
Oh yeah, this has got a great script, or I don't know if it was necessarily in the script or not, but you're right. Funny dialogue.
It really does. Even some of it was improv, I'm sure, but one scene I know that was improv, and it's actually really funny. It's when they get on the elevator. And he goes, I love this song. And what song was it? It was
like a version of Lost in Love by Air Supply.
Yes.
Or either Lost in Love or All Out of Love, one of those songs.
I'm all out of love.
Yeah, was it that one?
Yes. Lost without you.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny because there was nothing playing.
Exactly. There was nothing playing in that scene. And Michael Kelly, CJ.
He just looked up. I love this song because he knew they were going to dub a song there.
Great improv skills.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a good idea. I'm glad they kept it too.
Yeah, me too. It's because it's super funny.
It is. It's really funny.
Because I like when movies do that. Because while we're talking about how like chaotic this situation is and this whole fucking movie is, when you kind of throw in that little light humor here and there, and that's what I like about the script and even some of the improvisation is it's just sprinkled little light dashes like that. And it brings, we've talked about this before, it brings levity to a movie for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it makes it more realistic.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm in this situation, yes, I'm going to be stressed. Yes, I'm going to be scared. But I'm still going to be trying to keep a level of reality and levity, because just so we don't all lose our fucking minds.
Yeah, absolutely.
When he goes into the elevator and says that, dude, that is some shit I would say to do. 100%.
Well, this sequence, that little sequence reminds me of Halloween 2018 with two cops and a banh mi sandwich.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is. I think it's important to the viewer, because after chaotic, sequence after sequence after sequence, you need a little bit of a break from that.
Yeah. Yes.
Because then you use that momentum to you stop that chaotic momentum for a second so you can build it up again.
Exactly.
It's really done really well.
It's not like you got to jam pack it full of it. You got to sprinkle with it. And that's exactly what they do in this movie. The way it's edited, the dialogue and the improv, it's all sprinkled. Yep. And it's perfect.
Yeah, it's really good.
Fits well.
So, and CJ also comes in clutch here, because this is where they...
Dude, CJ redeems
himself. He does. He redeems the shit out of himself. Yeah.
He really does. Because even through this whole situation, he's starting to... Because in the beginning, dude, he's a super fucking dick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a scumbag. You think he's a scumbag. But then I don't know if he just trusts these people or realize he needs these people. They need him, and working together. But he has some transition probably about 3/4 away through the movie. It starts to switch, and then it goes. By this point, he's all in with the team.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
he's part of the team.
Yep. Well, this is where they come up. They find out that Andy's pretty much running out of food, and they use the dog Chips to strap some food on a little satchel around him to drop it, because they're like, the zombies are not going to be interested in the dog, because if they were, he'd already been eaten by now, because he was trapped in that parking garage with them. And so they lower Chips in. It's kind of funny watching. It reminded me of the Jurassic Park sequence where they just drop the cow in. But I guess they did have a shot where they I guess they did shoot a sequence where they do eat the dog or some shit. I guess they did. I'm glad they didn't use the sequence, but yeah, they use the dog to try and get some food and some supplies to CJ, because I think they're gonna wait 5 days still for some reason. I don't know.
They're trying to get it to Andy right across the street.
They're trying to get it to Andy.
Yeah.
And the zombies are not interested in the dog. The dog makes it to Andy perfectly fine and gets in and everything. But Andy has trouble closing this little door that he had, and a couple zombies get in, and he does dispatch of them and send a walkie-talkie with them too. And he gets on the walkie-talkie and he's talking to them, and that's when he mentions, he's like, these things fucking bite hard.
I know. I was like,
and I was like, no, Andy,
no.
And it's sucks, man. It sucks big time, because this was Ken's best friend basically at this point. They've been playing chess and everything. They had these silly shooting games where they were shooting celebrity lookalikes and stuff.
That shit was funny.
Shit was funny. Like the Jay Leno one and the Burt Reynolds was like, that was hilarious.
So funny.
But yeah, it sucks because Andy, him and Ken became really good buddies over dry erase board and fucking binoculars, man. Yep. And unfortunately, this is where Nicole shows how stupid she is, because she freaks the fuck out over this damn dog, and she steals the van to drive over there to try and pick the dog up.
Right.
And fucks everything up, throws the plan completely out of whack, and they all have to try to leave early. So they send a group of guys to try and go pick up the van and get Nicole back. And they're kind of led by Ken and CJ.
Yes.
It's like, I'm trying to think. It's Ken, CJ. I want to say Tucker went also. I think that's Boyd Banks' character. I think it was the three of them. I want to say maybe one more person, but I can't remember who it was.
You're right.
I think it was just those three. Was it just three? I don't know. But But they go to pick up Nicole, and unfortunately, they have to put Andy down. And this is where poor Andy gets his head completely clean, shot the fuck off. But yeah, CJ comes through clutch in this like whole sequence because CJ's badass. Like he throws the freaking propane tank out there and shoots it and blows it up, so they have a clear run to try and get to the to the sewer to get away. This sequence is super cool, man. I fucking love it.
It's good, dude. It really is.
And Tucker, unfortunately, like they get to the sewer and they're climbing down, and Tucker jumps, just drops right in and breaks his legs. Unfortunately, on the way down, or legs, one of the two. Doesn't matter. Yeah. He can't fucking walk. But CJ like drags him. He hands Tucker each 2 guns and drags him through the sewer as far as he can. Unfortunately for Tucker, you know, CJ can't outrun some zombies, but he's cool. Like he kills Tucker. He makes him not suffer. He doesn't have to suffer through getting.
I love that he was dragging him though. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
like, dragging him while he's fucking going.
Yeah, and he's taking out as many zombies as he can. Dual pistols, man. Yeah, dude. It was cool. It was a cool sequence.
It was.
But this is where they have to dip the fuck out, unfortunately, and they leave. And they assign Steve to the task of guarding the door.
Yeah.
And he fucking leaves. Like, what? He's such a fucking piece of shit, dude. He just leaves, and they're stuck. And this is where there's one sequence that actually somebody put Zack Snyder kind of like on blast, I guess, a little. I'm trying to see how do I want to say this. They put him on the spot, and thank you. They put him on the spot a little bit, and they said in the stairwell sequence, all the zombies stop.
They do.
They stop, and because they're standing. It was like, why would the zombies stop? And he just was honest. He was just like, well, they wouldn't. But in movies, you go for the dramatic effect.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he just owned up to it.
No, and you know what? That's why I tell you, some moviegoers, it's their big thing. I've never been a fan of it. I never try to rationalize what happens in movies to like what would happen in real life, because at the end of the day, all movies are kind of fantasy.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, if you want just reality, just walk outside your door.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or watch a reality show or something. Like, I've never been one to criticize a movie like, oh, that couldn't happen or that wouldn't happen. You know, like that to me, these are the movies.
It makes for a really good shot.
It
does. These zombies just staring up at there like that.
Exactly.
Looks awesome. I love it.
So in the art form of filmmaking and making movies, I mean, it works to its benefit here. And I've never been a fan of that. Some people do it, and I get it. I think some people just can't help themselves.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And I understand that, but yeah, it's never been my thing. I'm not trying to criticize people who do it, because a lot of moviegoers do. And actually, it's important to a lot of moviegoers. Like, that's one thing, like, when they would critique a movie, it's like, you're critiquing the wrong things here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's not what you want to critique.
Right.
It's really not.
No.
Like, come on. There's a Godzilla versus Kong and stuff like that. Like, think about all these movies out there that exist that, like, none of this shit would happen.
No.
Like, we're talking about a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. So you're worried about why these zombies would stop. We're talking about zombies.
You should be worried about why is there a zombie movie even being made, and why are zombies even existing.
Exactly.
It's just so contradictory, you know. It's But anyway, that's all. It's always kind of bugged me when people watch movies.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not gonna lie, I don't take it personal, and I don't like think you're, like, you know, a fool for doing that. No, it makes sense to me. You're rationalizing in your brain if it could happen or not, and I get that. But most things that happen in movies won't happen in real life.
Probably not. Yeah. So it's time. Yeah, it's time to get the fuck out of there. So they basically grab everybody. They hit the fucking
time to go, Brian.
Mad Max buses, and they dip the fuck out. And I love those buses. I think they look rad.
They're fucking badass, bro.
There's a couple of great shots right here that I absolutely love of these buses with the lights on them and everything. And they're all reinforced. And there has to be 1,743,242 fucking zombies pounding on the goddamn doors trying to get into it. There are so many zombies, and they can't even drive.
Nope.
So CJ once again comes in clutch and yeets a fucking propane out there, and the buffest zombie in the fucking world catches it. And he lifts it up, and this dude's jacked.
All he was missing was a fucking saxophone and a fucking long ponytail. I mean, could have been Tim Capello from Lost.
Capello, man, I tell you.
Tim Capello, man.
He does. He lifts that damn thing up. He's fucking jacked. And
he is.
PJ shoots it, blows up, blasts the fucking shit. All the zombies fall down. And they're finally able to kind of drive out of there. And like all escapes, it never goes as planned.
No.
But because they do that, they actually have an accident, and God, this poor Monica. I feel bad for her, man. The Monica gets literally. I love the sequence, but it's so shitty because all she's doing is trying to fucking help out, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And she gets cut in half by a fucking chainsaw. That guy's name, I think, is Lewis. No, it's not Lewis. It's I don't even know. But the gay guy, he accidentally cuts Monica in half with the fucking chainsaw when he's trying to cut the zombies off the fucking side of the buses and shit.
Dude, so the fact that they were using chainsaws outside through the bus and they had planned that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But then it gets fucking bonkers crazy because he accidentally saws fucking one of them in half, essentially.
Yeah, it's that poor Monica.
Dude, right through like the shoulder.
Yeah, it cuts down on her shoulder all the way down. Oh man, and it looks rad. It looks fucking awesome.
Looks fucking
great effects.
Amazing, dude.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I guess a lot of cool effects. I guess one of the ways that like the zombies, when they would shoot them, and when you shoot a zombie, blood splatters, they had like little triggers on them, so they would push it and the blood splatter would happen. Like,
I think they had their own remotes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool idea.
It is.
Well, that bus, of course, has a bit of an accident.
Yeah.
And everybody on there most of them, because I think that bus has Ken, Steve, Monica, the gay guy, and I think that was it. I think it was those four. Because what's his face? The Terry was on that one also. Terry, Ken, and Steve all survived this bus accident, and Steve fucking leaves them to just die. He jumps up and jumps out and quickly gets killed.
He does.
He quickly gets attacked by a zombie himself. And this is great because CJ, he lets the other bus know. He's like, hey, we got to back up. We lost them, So they back up and they go pick up the survivors. And it's great because we get to come back to a line that Steve Marcus said earlier when they're shooting the zombies where they're playing celebrity lookalike poker or whatever they're playing. Yeah. And he says, look, you please, if I ever turn into one of those things, shoot me in the fucking head. And Anna's just like, I can do that.
Yeah.
Without even thinking, I can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Well, she gets the opportunity because he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
And he shows up on zombie form. She doesn't hesitate. She shoots him right square in the fucking face. I love it.
Yes.
So, and then she fishes out the fucking boat key because he was the owner of the boat because their big plan was to
get on his boat.
Yeah, to get on his boat and go to an island.
Yes, and shout out to her too. That character Anna, it's Anna, right?
Yeah,
it's Anna.
That's right.
Yeah, she's clutch right here.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, because most people would have just been like, run. But no, she remembered that he had the key.
And I hope it didn't sound like I was beating up Sarah Pauly earlier too much. Like it was really only like 2 or 3 lines. I swear. And she's got as much dialogue in this movie as anyone. But like these are the sequences where she's fucking good, man.
Oh, she's really great. Yeah, she's really good in this sequence.
In her defense too, a lot of times, sometimes I think actors like the line delivery might seem a little off or something. You know, there's probably multiple takes of that a lot of times, and that's just what the director and editor went with. A lot of the time. So, you know, it's not even entirely the actor's fault. Sometimes it's what take they put in there too. So
yeah, and we're also talking about a young director.
True.
This is his first feature film,
and I tell you, directs his ass off, man.
Yeah, he does a great job with this. This is a good fucking movie. I don't think that's lost on any of our listeners right now. We definitely like this.
This is a sick directorial debut for Zack Snyder. It really is.
Yeah,
good for him, man.
So they do scoop everybody up, including the boat key. They make it to the marina, and CJ comes in fucking clutch again, like a fucking thug, man. He's like a gangster in this. Everybody's trying to get to the boat, and he's kind of he basically has to sacrifice himself to save them, man, because these zombies are just there's just too many of them. He's taking as many out as he can, and finally he says fuck it, and he lights a flare and shoots the fucking propane tank that's in the bus and blows that whole fucking thing up, and basically creates a barricade so that all the rest of the survivors can get on the boat and get away and get away safely.
He allows them an opportunity to live.
He sacrifices himself. Yeah,
he does to give them a chance to survive.
Yeah, his character goes through a whole redemption arc in the movie.
It's full redemption for the CJ character. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good shit, man. Michael Kelly was really fantastic in this.
He is. He's a great actor, dude. I'm telling you. He's so good. If you ever get a chance to watch House of Cards.
Yeah, I need to. I've been wanting to.
It's really good. If you can get past the fact the Kevin Spacey shit out of your mind.
Yeah.
Hard.
I have to do that to enjoy some movies because I really like Seven, and I really like there's a lot of movies he's in that I really like, honestly.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think David Fincher was the main showrunner on that, if I'm not.
Yes, he was on House of Cards, yeah. That's it's not quite it. They get on the boat, and unfortunately Michael says that he can't join them. And he shows him his arm, and he has in fact been bitten, and he doesn't want to bring his zombie virus carrying ass on board to kill anybody else. So
yeah, he wants to watch the sunrise, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough moment because this guy's kind of been our hero throughout most of the movie, and now we've got to say goodbye to him. And he just kind of stands on the dock and he watches them sail away. We do get a quick cut of him actually finishing himself off, kind of. He has a gun. Yeah. We don't actually see it, it's off screen.
Yep.
But that's when the credits start to roll. But we get some more great shots of post incident exposition stuff.
Yeah,
that they find like a little rowboat that has a goddamn zombie head in a cooler. What the fuck was that about?
I would have been. I said this out loud when I saw that part. I'm like, man, I'd have been so pissed, man, because I would have saw that. I've been hoping for snacks and beer in that bitch.
Yeah.
Usually you see a fishing boat like that, fucking.
Fortunately, there is snacks in it. There's just also a goddamn zombie. And they open it and he fucking barks at them and shit. What the fuck happened on that rowboat?
I don't know.
They need another 10-minute companion movie to explain what happened on the rowboat.
If I had one question for Zack Snyder about this movie, how the fuck did that happen? What happened? What's the backstory there, Zach?
I know. I need to know.
It's funny. It's cool. I'm glad it's there.
Yeah,
it makes me wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah, that's we get and of course this is all via hand cam because they find Steve's camera on the boat.
Yes.
And they record over his little fucking pornos that he was making with these random girls on his boat. I think he was trying to do his own Girls Gone Wild videos or some shit. Right. But we do get them. They show up at an island and they dock on this dock, and that's when we find out that the party ain't quite over yet because a horde of zombies take off after them, and that's where the movie ends. But man, it's a fucking cool ride.
Yeah,
this movie's a blast.
It's excellent. This is an excellent remake.
Yeah, it is. I keep thinking, man. I genuinely think this is.
Because I think a lot of people would agree, or or think the original Dawn of the Dead. I know a lot of horror fans regard that as the best zombie movie of all time. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that's. I think that.
I mean, it's top 3 for me, easy.
I mean, yeah, it's top 3, followed by 2 other Romero movies easily. I mean,
yeah.
I
got a soft spot.
28 Days Later is really good too.
I got a soft spot for Return. Return's my personal.
Yeah, Return's really good. I think I guess I don't know, man. Like, it'd be tough. We're gonna have to do a zombie ranking one of these days.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
These days, yeah.
But I tell you, it's considering that you're remaking a borderline. I mean, not a borderline. You're remaking a zombie horror masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a classic.
Yeah.
A beloved film. Hence, James Gunn was getting death threat letters because he wrote Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
The script for Scooby-Doo is so much better than
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's impressive.
I think so.
They did good, man. You know,
I'll say that this movie has no right to be being as good as it is.
It really does.
Considering that it's just ballsy. It's ballsy to tackle quite possibly the best zombie movie ever made.
I wouldn't have won. I mean,
I wouldn't want that pressure.
No,
and to give it to a first-time director.
That's the other thing.
That's what else is ballsy about it. And to cut part of the budget because of the failure of another movie by a guy that I don't think has ever really made a good movie. I don't think what's Uwe Boll? He's the guy that did House of the Dead. I don't think he's ever made a good movie. I mean,
it happens. He tries, I'm sure.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he cares, I'm sure. But
yeah, this movie.
House of the Dead sucks.
Awesome. Yeah, it's terrible. House of the Dead is terrible. Alone in the Dark. His Alone in the Dark. It's not good.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it.
It's not good.
Yeah, this movie's. You're right. It has no business being this good, does it?
No, but it sure the fuck is.
It is.
It sure the fuck is. I really like this movie a lot, actually.
It's one of the best horror remakes of all time. I think
it's the best. I think it's the best. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's surely. I mean,
think about it though. How many remakes? Not even just horror.
Yeah.
How many remakes are really good anyway? Like,
not many. Yeah, I mean, most remakes are very much inferior.
Yeah, and I would say this is probably inferior to the original.
It is, but but
man, it gives it a run for its money, and I can't believe I'm saying that because like I just said, the original one is a classic.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. This is good. Boy. This is fucking good.
Really good.
Well, let's go ahead and grade this thing, man. You want to go first?
You go first.
Me first. I'm going to give this. Man, I'm torn between 2 scores, but I can't justify giving it the lesser of them, so I have to go with 3.5.
Look at you, buddy.
I 3.5 stakes through. We're going to put them through Steve Marcus's fucking boat owning, porno making, coffee fucking brewing ass, because that's all he does the whole movie.
Coffee, I guess Starbucks wanted nothing to do.
They did. They wanted nothing. They wanted nothing to do with it.
Idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Who cares? Wait, you got a problem with zombies? Go ahead. Sorry, you're great.
No, you're good. 3.5, man. I just can't find a lot wrong with it. I think that the characters are all developed really well. I mean, it's paced wonderfully. There's some fantastic shots in this. The special effects are fucking amazing.
Great.
The level of tension that in the appropriate areas, and golly, how dark it gets when you're dealing with Andre's family. Oh shit, man! I think this movie's really good. I stand by my 3.5. I like it. I like this movie a lot.
That's a strong score there, buddy.
It is.
That's a strong score, and I have the exact same. I went into this movie thinking, this is probably going to be a 3 movie for me.
Nah, that's what I was thinking.
Nah, it's better than that. Is it perfect? No. Like, I guess if there was I saw one pretty bad editing gaffe a little bit. There was a scene where the young security guard is watching him on the monitors, and then it cuts to all of them on the roof, including him. Like, what?
Oh yeah.
Like what? I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess we just skipped 5 minutes, 10 minutes for him to walk back up there, but that's fine. So I don't let shit like that bother me too much. That's the editing and storytelling. There's a little, but it was just I didn't notice a lot of that. So it's not perfect. So there's an example of how it's not perfect.
Yeah.
But it's one of the best horror remakes I've ever seen, without a doubt. There's no question. It's shot well, like you said. It's directed well. The characters, I care about these people. And do I care about them, Brian? I am rooting for them.
Yeah.
Big time. I'm fully invested in all these people in this movie, even the bad ones. So, and I don't mean bad as in performance. I mean just bad character.
Steve Marcus, man, I tell you.
Yes.
he's a funny dick, dude. He's funny. He's funny, but he sure is a dick.
It's not a surprise. Like, people should not be surprised by our scores, or they should not be surprised of how good this movie is. I mean, there's a lot of fucking talent on this movie. Zack Snyder, James Gunn, and the cast is great. I think everybody would agree with that. Some really good actors in this. You had a tops, two-time Oscar winner doing the makeup effects. So they didn't take a back seat to the practical effects. They paid, thank God. Because if you're going to do a Dawn of the Dead remake, you can't have you got the special effects and the makeup effects have got to be a focal point. They got to be, because of how fucking famous that movie is and groundbreaking the original was. So, and like I said earlier, man, they do a really, really good job. And I'm sure Zack Snyder deserves a lot of that credit for paying homage to the original, but also making it their fucking own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this feels like a Zack Snyder movie.
It does.
And it really, truly does. He's a talented individual, and it shows. And good for him, because this showed that he could direct films. And his masterpiece is probably 300. It's a great film.
That's a great movie.
God, that's probably his masterpiece so far. And I'll tell you, the Snyder cut of Justice League was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I like some other stuff. Like, even now, Man of Steel. I'm actually okay with that movie. I've explained why.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that.
I've explained why. If Batman v Superman didn't exist, if Man of Steel existed in a expanded DC universe timeline of films, I'd like Man of Steel more. But it's just how it happened. It's not. I don't blame Zack Snyder for any of that shit. I don't. But huge fan of Zack Snyder's work and his eye and his artistic eye, and it shows in this. He was a great, and props to Universal for hiring him to direct this. They took a chance on him, and it paid off.
Yeah. Up to recently, this was the only movie that he had made that was not a Warner Brothers property, I believe.
Interesting.
This is the only movie he'd ever made with Universal. Everything else was all Warner Brothers.
Did you shout out the box office numbers earlier? What was
I did not, but they're good. The budget of $26 million, and it opening weekend it made 27.
Oh wow!
So it made its budget back opening weekend, and it went on to a worldwide total of $102 million.
Nice.
So
nice.
good numbers. Good numbers.
And I see 59 million in the U.S.
Yeah, 59 U.S.
Yep, pretty good. It's pretty good for a horror zombie movie.
Yeah, absolutely. That has literally no right to be as good as it is. It really does.
I mean, I guess I say that too, and I kind of agree. I guess you wouldn't think a Dawn of the Dead remake would be this good. You wouldn't think,
considering how good the fucking. I mean, original's a masterpiece.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why you're like, oh wow, you want to really try to make this masterpiece again, and then you make it, and you're like, holy shit, it's very good.
But Brian, that's why I think our podcast is entertaining, or can be entertaining, because when you look at it on the surface, like how could this be? But when you start to look into it, you take a deep dive into it,
you find out why it's good.
Yes, because of all that, dude. What do you know? You hire you hire talented people and get lucky with a couple of people. I don't want to say get lucky, but
you're right though. But I mean who knew Zack Snyder was gonna?
Someone needs a shot. They didn't know. Exactly. I'm sure they believed in him, but did they 100% know he was going to fucking nail this? No, of course not. I'm sure they believed in him, but I mean, yeah. When you hire a first-time director who fucking directs the shit out of a movie, you kind of did get a little lucky for sure. And that's not an insult at all. But that's what happens. That's how this movie's this good, because you had so many talented people involved.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Usually, Brian, when you get talented people involved across the board in production and cast and all that, you're probably going to get a decent movie.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that works out.
Right?
That's kind of funny how that works out.
Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to say that Galen Ross did have a cameo in the form of a store.
It did, yeah, the store in the mall.
Yeah, there's a store named Galen Ross, and she played Francine in the original.
Yeah, it's just little shit like that. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, gotta throw all that stuff in there. All right, well, this was a fun talk.
Really was. I'm really glad that because we originally did not have this one on the schedule.
No, we didn't. We swapped out something else for this. So,
honestly, I watched the Snyder Cut. I was like, dude, we got to talk about Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
It's a good time to talk about a Zack Snyder movie. Yeah,
and we hadn't really yet. So,
no. Well, we're not going to get too many other opportunities because
I was going to say before we get
one more
here,
coming up. Yeah,
we got one coming.
Army of the Dead,
and that's going to come out soon.
I think within the next couple of months, I believe. It's got Drax the Destroyer in it. Batista.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. So, Army of the Dead. Let me see if I can get a release date on that real quick before we get out of here. Yeah. Oh shit, dude! It comes out next month, May 21st.
Excellent, good deal. Yeah, so it's time for us to turn it over to you guys. Though, let us know what you think of the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead, and hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Facebook, all that fantastic stuff. If you want to email us, you can email us at deadandsc@gmail.com.
Yeah,
and all that fantastic stuff is in the link tree in our description. So definitely make sure you let us know what you guys think. What do we got next week, Andy? Oh God, I know what we got next week.
Well, we're going. We just said Dawn of the Dead is one of the better horror remakes we've ever seen. Now we're going to go on to one of the least popular horror remakes ever, and that is the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah,
who was also by I believe that was Samuel Bayer's first directed movie, I think. And
okay,
I'm pretty sure, and he hasn't really done. I want to say he was a music video and a very accomplished one. Not okay. No shots at him, but we'll take a deeper dive when we get into it. But yeah, there is sadly because you know the original Nightmare on Elm Street's my favorite horror.
That is, yeah.
Okay, there is. It's not just one thing with that movie.
No
remake, sadly.
No,
it's a lot. It's a lot that just, again, people's intentions are not to make a bad movie.
No, not at all.
And sometimes shit just don't work. And there's a lot of shit in this movie that does not work. And we will try to get through all that shit and talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to Andy Dufresne it next week and crawl through a half mile pipe of shit. And hopefully come out clean on the other side.
Yeah, we're going to do our best. All right. There you have it. All homework for next week. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that came out 2010.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. The Jackie Earl Haley.
Great actor, man.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Jackie Earl Haley is a really good actor.
Phenomenal.
So, all right, guys. Thank you all so much for checking out this episode. And thank you all for the wonderful support. We love you, and we'll catch you all on the next episode.